Hello, this is KinfettiX3, otherwise known as Bree. I will be showing you how to color and shade hair on Paint Tool SAI. I'm also a tablet user, which I would suppose, well, I would think a lot of people want to be, because tablets are very useful tools for drawing, and they help you with pen pressure and other such things that you can probably look up and see. Okay, so this is my line art layer. It is just the line art of a girl, I suppose. This is a drawing that I'm making for a friend. We are Pokemon trainers. And there's Pikachu. Okay, so, alright, so I'm going to zoom in on the girl's hair. And now what you need to do is go underneath the line art layer and make another layer. And what you're going to do with this layer is go to the bucket tool. My hair is brown, and that's the girl's hair. So I'm going to use the bucket tool to color this layer in. And you can see I just selected it so there's little dots that are going around, as you can see right here, which means it's selected, which actually is very, very helpful for shading in certain areas so you don't go out of the lines and it looks better. So next you're going to make a new layer, and you're going to go on the pen tool, and it should be on normal, simple circle, and I usually go with size 9. And what you're going to do is go into a darker color, or shade, so just brown. So you're going to zoom in, and on every line, you're going to go really, really thin up here and really, really thick down here. So I'll show you how you do this. I'd start at the bottom, because then you can easily control the top better. So as you can see, I'm just shading in the bottom first, and it's going to make the top thinner. So it should kind of be like an arrow type look, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not really good at explaining things. Okay, so this is how it should look. Really, really thin on top and really, really thick at bottom. It'll look better after we use the blur tool in a little bit. Okay, so what you're going to do now is go around every line and just do the same thing. Alright, I'll show you. Just watch. Okay, so this is how the hair should look when you're done, well, right now. And also a way that I color in roots is just go up here and do a circle right where the roots are. Like I put in an indent right here to show that that's where the roots will be for the hair. It's kind of like the split in the girl's hair, I suppose. So next, we're going to go on to the blur tool. The blending is at 100, dilution 100, and persistence at about 80. And yeah, so it's on a simple circle, and what we're going to do is make the brush size at about 70. And what we're going to do now is just quickly go over the lines, but it won't be completely shaded, well, completely obliterated, I mean. So it won't be completely gone, but what you're going to do is go over kind of lightly like this. Okay, so this is what it should look like after you're done using the blur tool. So as you can see, I'll just zoom in to show you. You can still see this, whoa, hold on, this line right here, which means that it's not completely shaded all the way in, but it shows, kind of adds more shading, I suppose. It gives it a look like you used more layers than you actually did. So now I'm going to zoom out, and you're going to make a new layer, and you're going to select the color a little darker so it's not completely black if you're using brown. But now you're going to go on the pen tool, and you see right here where it says normal, where the mouse is, I suppose. You go to normal and make sure it's on normal, and then you go down here and it says simple circle. Click on simple circle, and it gives you tons of different options for like the brush tool. And you're going to want to be in the brush tool, and you're going to go to stringy L, which gives it the illusion of actual strings of hair in the hair. So for this, you're going to want to be, or you can choose whatever kind of size that you want. But I usually go on 80, depending on the size of the image, so it's kind of easier and takes less time. So make sure you're on a new layer. It's not the same layer as the shading or the base color. So you're going to just kind of quickly go on it, sort of like this. Okay, so it looks kind of messy right now, I know, like right there. But what you're going to do now is just kind of, I would change the opacity. See right here under the mode, there's the option of opacity, and it changes the transparency of the layer. So you're probably going to want to be on probably 50-ish, and what you can do is also go around and blur the tops a bit so it kind of looks a bit smoother, kind of like this. Okay, so it also, as you can see, it gives the illusion of strings of hair and makes it look a bit cooler, and looks like you spent more time on it. So make a new layer. This is above all the other layers, but underneath the line art. And you're going to zoom in, and what you're going to do now is go on the pen tool again. Make sure it's on its normal setting, which is simple circle, and then go to the brush tool, pen, and make sure you change the size. I would change it to about 20, or yeah, it kind of depends on your preference of how big you want the shine to be, or on how big the image is. So now you're going to change the mode to luminosity, which makes it kind of blend the right color and it looks better, I suppose. And you're going to want to go, well, I'm using brown as the base, so you're going to want to go up here and go where it's lighter, and I'm going to use a tan color. So now you're going to go around the hair kind of like in this swooping direction, like this. And as you can see, it looks kind of thick right now, but what you're going to do is go on the blur tool again, and I'm going to select the brush size to be about 35, and what you do is go around the bottom half of the shading color, the line that you just made, and you're going to want to blend it in, sort of like this. You can change the size as you go of the brush also. What you're going to want to do now is change the opacity to about 50 or 70-ish. I would put it in about the 70 range. 50, kind of around there, I suppose. It depends on how shiny the area is or on your preference. As you can see, this is your final product of the hair. There's shading, there's lighting, and there's the illusion of hair strings. Alright, this will conclude my shading hair tutorial. My next tutorial will be on shading the skin. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it's very helpful. If you have any questions at all, please leave me a comment. I will gladly answer them.